I'm using a piece of glass because I know it's flat. This is some 150 paper. That's going to show where it's hitting. It's actually quite a gouge at the back here I didn't see before. Obviously we're not hitting where all that paint or whatever that is on there. We're not hitting there yet. And you can even see, or I can see anyways, I believe that's what the throat is actually dented in a little bit. I might even go to something a little coarser on this. So that's 150, go right to the 80, and I'll do it dry. You can already see the difference there. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Still belly in the middle there. If you don't have a piece of glass, you can use a piece of stone, flat stone, if it's like a ceramic tile. You want to use something that's flat. I wasn't sure if that is not cutting, not allowing the paper to cut, so I actually took some paint remover. Hit that with a little paint remover. It may have actually been causing it to glide over it. You know, that's why a lot of guys will put this on a belt sander, because it takes a long time. But this probably wasn't that flat even when it was made new. And I believe this is from the 70s. So it's going to be interesting to do one of the older planes, like this one here. It's going to be interesting to see how that compares as far as flatness. I'm pretty happy with that grit. It's not 100% flat, but it's pretty good. Alright, we're going to clean up the sides as well. Alright, and that's totally sufficient for this plane. I don't have to go crazy on this. It's presentable. Alright, so now we got that done. Let's go check out our my iron here. I have this honing guide here, and it's awfully tricky to set up your first couple times. I usually find myself messing it up. And then we have our general protractor here to find our angle. And we're looking for 25 degrees. Which is right around, let's see, right about there. That's going to be hard to set up. Alright, and we've got some pretty big gouges in there, and we're going to take those out now. And make sure this is tightened. There's also a couple tricks you can do. You come in here and file that out so you get a better fit along the edge of anything you're sharpening. This is pretty coarse. This is 220 grit. We're actually going to go with something a little coarser because this has some pretty bad gouges in it. You can see how bad those all along the edge. Really not good. Alright, now that those are out, we can sharpen that up. Before I had this jig, I just did everything by hand previously, but I didn't do it a lot, so it always worked fine for what I needed. One thing I'm noticing is I'm putting a little bit of a rounded corner there, not intentionally. So at this point we can go to our water stones. This is a 400 and this will put ruts in your water stone over time. It can take a while, but and these have been resting for 15 minutes, actually longer than 15 minutes. They've been resting in water, in a bucket of water. So and these are just cheap stones. I think these are $20 and change. This is the 1000 side. This is some honing compound here. I've never used this before, so we can try this out together. Nice. A lot sharper than it was when I got it, that's for sure. I'm running out of paper here. Alright, let's set that aside. Now, our chip breaker here, I'm not sure exactly what angle that's supposed to be, but I'm just going to mimic what that is basically. And it's obviously not as important. I'm just going to clean off the edge here. I'm going to kind of roll it. That's probably fine for the back side. And then as far as this goes, it needs to be raised up a little bit. That's probably fine. Just helps get the chips out of the way, hence the name. Alright, so that's all pretty good. Next thing I'm going to do is get out some oil, and then we can assemble this.